Greetings! Welcome to the new year. I'm glad you made it this far. Last year was an interesting one and we made it through and I'm proud of you. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Sean. Welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome back. I'm glad you're here again. So welcome back to another life update, but this time it's a year update. I'm gonna update you guys on what happened last year. Last year was a pretty abundant, a lot happened that year and we're gonna catch you up. Let's get started. So first up, let's do some year favorites. So first up, I started off with a road trip to this town called Menifee, which is my old hometown. We were going there for my friend's birthday and it was a 2-hour trip, but we did it. It was a good way to start off the year. I felt like a true cowboy with my friends. We did some hiking. It was just it felt like a desert. I did pick up some empty shells of bullets, which was pretty cool to take back home. And it reminded me of the growth that I went through since I was a little kid, because I used to live there as a kid. But yeah, I used to live there as a little kid in a haunted house, actually. It was pretty haunted. And when I think about that road trip, I think of the song They're Calling by Alan Dunham. I took a picture with my friends and it looked like they were doing the victory tour in the Hunger Games, and I put that song over. Shout out to the homies that I went with. I love you guys. One accomplishment I had that year was hosting a short film premiere of my own short film. The theme was Shrek and everyone went all out, and I appreciate you guys for all the people who dressed up. It was a really memorable event. Friends visited from my hometown. I cooked up a really good playlist and then we watched Hereditary after, which is a pretty good movie to watch after something similar to that vibe. No! So yeah, thank you to the friends who made it to my short film premiere and made it very special. Then for this photo shoot, I creamed myself up with my homie. We got multiple cans of shaving cream and we just rubbed it on each other and rubbed it on ourselves. So that was pretty fun. It was at a public park, but pretty secluded. There was some few bikers biking by. They looked concerned. We didn't get stopped by anything, by no one. But yeah, that was a reminder that we have free will and we could do somewhat almost everything that we want to do. And then next up, I had my birthday party, which was pretty fun. It was at my friend's apartment, the ones that I went to Menifee with. It was a party where you had to bring your own record or CD, and there was also fake mustaches provided for everybody, which was pretty fun. And then there were some free tarot readings and some scrapbooking and some painting and all sorts of stuff. So it was a pretty mellow party where you get to hang out, meet new people, and just be creative if you wanted to. Another favorite thing of that year is that I went on a trip to Santa Cruz to meet my friend Ann and Gabe. I love you guys so much. That was my favorite trip of all year, in full honesty. We explored the forest. It was pretty rainy and pretty foggy, so it felt like Forks, Washington a bit. It was kind of scary at night, but it was pretty fun. We also did a clown dinner, which was me and my friend's idea. We did clown makeup and we went to the public dining hall to go eat some food, and people looked at us weird, so it's okay, you know? It was pretty fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. And when I was there happened to be a battle of the bands, and there was bands battling each other. Battle they did. There was like some rap. It was all sorts of genres. And then we did more forest exploring. It was a pretty mellow and a pretty fun trip. I love Santa Cruz and the people in there. Love you guys.
He's over there. Don't look. He's chasing you. He's chasing you. He's chasing you.
Another trip I went to was Joshua Tree, and I really liked this trip because I played FNAF real life for the first time.
What am I missing? Who the fuck?
It was pretty fun, pretty memorable, and pretty scary. And it was the first time visiting Joshua Tree, which is like one of the national parks. Pretty interesting to see outside my own town. Another memorable part of 2024 was when Gabe visited. Shout out Gabe. We cosplayed as a college student at my college. And then we went to go see Tsunami and then the party, I believe. And then we got matching Eddie Munson shirts. Shout out Eddie Munson. Long live Eddie Munson. Then I met someone very special to me this year. Shout out to my homie Gio. I actually met him by complimenting his pants. I saw a Tsunami patch on his pants and I was like, whoa, I love Tsunami. And then he recommended me my now favorite band, Out of Pocket. Shout out Out of Pocket. Ever since that day, I believe my life has changed for the better and got introduced into a new aspect of life since I met my friend Gio. Don't be serious.
Boom, boom.
Ever since that, we went on random adventures, we went on hikes, we even went on a road trip together, and we even got free tickets to go see Rocky Horror, which was pretty fun. So yeah, we did go on a road trip to go to Santa Cruz. While there, it was kind of a flop. On the way there though, it was pretty fun. I got to know him more. I got to see my friend Anne when we were in Santa Cruz, and then we went to go see Torture, another hardcore band. Yeah, it was pretty fun to be in Oakland for that show, and then we explored the forest even more. On the way back, we took the train again. We actually got stranded at a stop for like 4 hours, but we met these two strangers, which I now call my friends. One of them had a guitar, and the other one knew so much about mushrooms. So shout out you guys for making that trip very memorable on the way back. And then there was a 4th of July show, which is pretty fun. I went with Gio again. There were like fireworks being thrown at each other, a lot of bands playing. It was a pretty good lineup. It had to be cut short because there was a fire happening right there at that school. That was right next to the place that was the show being played at. The ambulance had to come and shut down the show basically. Then after, we went to the beach and we did a fake blood photo shoot, which was pretty fun. A pretty memorable 4th of July. Then another moment was when I did clown makeup with the homies. I was a clown basically, and then my friends did goth makeup. I forgot what makeup Gio did. I'll put the word here. Gio did that. Yeah, that was the day I found out about the music called Mayhem and Burzum. That day was pretty eye-opening, I would say. A lot of good music found that day.
You're here listening to Strawberry Switchblade.
Then there was this jam sesh at my friend's garage. We covered Tsunami, Mazzy Star, JPEG Mafia, and then we fiddled around with my 8mm camera. I'll put the examples here. My second time using that camera, so it was a learning process, I would say, but I like how it turned out. Shout out Q, I love you. Another interesting time of that year was when I hosted a Bauhaus listening party at my work. Me and my friend, in that morning, like at 4, we were making a full body cutout of my boss, and then we made a playlist. We planned it out. No one showed up. It's okay though, because I had my other friend that I came with, shout out Emma, and then we just ate some muffins and wrote some postcards while my friend, he built his skateboard. And after, we treated ourselves to food at this cool diner. Then some memories that I really love is memories with Glory, shout out you. There were some pretty fun memories. We went to a show on a bridge, experimented with my film camera there, took pictures with the Nas can. Shout out Nas or guy, 2 for 5, or no, 3 for 5 guy, shout out.
He's drinking the Chug Jug.
And yeah, we experimented with some Fillmore after thrifting, and then over some boba. And yeah, on her radio, she did a Salem tribute, which I was so luckily to be present for. We went in the studio and we listened to Salem. It was a pretty fun experience. I really loved that day. Shout out Salem and shout out Glory. I then went to UCLA, which is a pretty cool college campus. I went to go see my friend Ovando. There was a scrapbooking event, which I did some scrapbooking. Here's an example of what I scrapbooked. The next day, we went to Amoeba Records and we brought our roller skates and we roller skated after, and then I brought back home a CD of Tim Buckley. I love you, Tim Buckley. More about him later in this video. Then we ended the night with karaoke with the family. I did The Doors, Ariel Camacho, of course. That was a pretty fun day. Then I bought myself a new camera. In this new camera, I experimented a lot with it. It's still a learning process right now. For the first project I did with that camera, I had a trash bag photo shoot idea where I was just in trash bags and some duct tape, and it looked very scary. And here's some of the pics that I took, and I did that with my friend Annalie on this beautiful hiking trail. Under that, I was sweating a lot. I was only in there for like 5 minutes, but I took it off. It was like drenched and wet. I'm like, this is very interesting. There was 5 people who passed by, and one of them asked if I was okay, and then another one said to keep me in there. What if I was getting killed, you know? Then another video shoot we did was going on the fields. We went on the fields basically in my backyard, and I was practicing even more with my camera with my 2 friends. Shout out Annalie and Charlotte. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for helping me get out my comfort zones with directing and executing the ideas that I have. Here's some video examples of that and some pic examples. I'm so still learning about color grading and overall executing the ideas. I hope you guys like that. The last project I did with that camera was on Christmas Day. I went to my family's. I made these masks for each of my family members, and then they put it on and we did some random videos. I also took some film pics, which I will list right here. They came out pretty good. I was first skeptical about asking my family to do this, but they were happily wanting to do it, and they were grateful for the masks that I made for them. It was a reminder that my family has always been supporting me on the random shit that I do. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support and your love. So that was some of the accomplishments and good memories that I would like to mention for that year. And now on to the music portion of this life update. So yeah, this year was pretty interesting for music. I found a lot of music, and I've gotten myself to different music that I would not see myself listening to when I was like 5. So yeah, I'm just gonna speedrun all the concerts that I went to this year. I went to go see Cryo-Geyser, Harper, Night Lavelle, Tsunami 2 times, which was pretty fun. I saw Matt Maltese, Conan Gray at the Amoeba, Alice Phoebe Lou. Mafia Russa, which is a pretty cool ska band. Torture, pretty cool hardcore band. And then there's this Doors tribute that I got in for free. The person in front of me paid for my ticket. Shout out to the person there. I hope good fortune comes your way. Then I went to a Harabero. Fun bandas playing. I don't know how to dance Harabero music. Then I went to go see Allison's Halo, Out of Pocket, my favorite band ever. Then according to Spotify, I don't trust Spotify by the way, my top 5 artists were Suicide Boys, Ghostmane, Alice Phoebe Lou, Matt Maltese. And then for songs, it was On Sight by Out of Pocket, Waste of a Man by Out of Pocket, Johnny by Faye Webster, Milk by Sweet Trip, and Rom-Com Gone Wrong. Those are pretty interesting songs, but I don't know why Matt Maltese is there. Unless, I did listen to it a lot in the beginning of the year, which feels so far away. And then I found the band Out of Pocket. Thank you, Gio, for recommending it to me. Their Waste of a Man album is by far my favorite, especially the song Waste of a Man. They didn't play that song when I went to go see them live. I really love that song. Their song Purest Pain is also good. All their songs are good. Shout out Out of Pocket, shout out Gio for recommending it to me. But yeah, this year was the year of hardcore music. It's funny because it's like kind of a juxtaposition of who I am. Like, it's so different. I wouldn't imagine myself listening to hardcore music. Just recently, my friend that I met taught me how to hardcore mosh at shows. Shout out Freak Bob Sigma Mosh Crew for teaching me how to mosh, you know? I appreciate you guys. And yeah, here's some individual songs that are hardcore. I don't know what's the difference between hardcore and the other genres, but I think they're hardcore. Creepin' by Lie, First Test Speed, 211 18-7 by Peeling Flesh, Fight Back by Manos de Fierro, Me vs. Everybody by Desmadre, Slam of 87 Iron Front, which is a pretty fun like FNAF song, Purest Pain by Out of Pocket, Chinga tu Madre by Manos de Fierro, Anal Grenade Insertion by Gutfed. And yeah, those are some notable songs that I've been listening throughout the year. Another genre I've been listening to a lot is a lot of rap, more like Memphis rap. I've been listening to a lot of 3 6 Mafia, especially their Volume 1 tape. Then I was listening to a lot of Suicide Boys, as you can tell by my rap. Shout out to Suicide Boys. I know. I did get myself a G59 hat, so that was pretty cool. Then a lot of Ghostmane. I do love Ghostmane. I feel like I talk about Ghostmane and Suicide Boys a lot in my other videos. So I'm just gonna keep it short and light. So shout out to all the music that I've been listening to. Then I've been listening to a lot of corridos music. One notable artist is, of course, Ariel Camacho. I was introduced to Ariel Camacho that year. Yeah, I did have someone introduce that to me. They're singing the song Hablemos to me. Then I was hooked. And then his other notable songs, of course, Te Metiste and then El Mentado. Then some more notable corrido songs. Bebe Dame, Ya Acabo by Marca MP, Prefiero Empatarde by Freza Regida. I probably said it wrong. No, I for sure said it wrong. I've been having those songs on repeat a lot. Shout out all the corrido artists out there. I found my favorite artist this year. His name is Tim Buckley. I found Tim Buckley through his demo of Song to the Siren, which Cocteau Twins covered. Let me enfold you. Then I found an album of his demos and outtakes. The album is called Works in Progress. It has Songs to the Siren in there and other pretty good demos. I love his songs Once I Was, Dolphins, Blue Monday, Sing a Song for You, I Know, Once I Was, and Dolphins on the guitar. His music really touches my heart. I watched his interviews as well, and you could see what kind of person he was.
Who are taught logic and not humanity. So I say, don't serve that, man. Serve people.
His views on the world, people, and himself, and also sex is pretty cool guy. Shout out Tim Buckley.
But sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
So yeah, that was my music favorites for that year. I probably skipped through a lot, but those were the notable ones that I like to remember. And now on to the portion where I reflect on the creative things I've done this year. Oh, welcome. My camera totally did not die and I totally did not go to a show. So yeah, this year I started my Donnie series. That was a pretty fun series. I just got a random mask and started taking pictures of myself. Yeah, I realized it kind of helps sparks creativity in me, and it helps kind of separate myself from like all the fears and all the fear of failures. And ever since I started doing that series, I started to embrace more weird parts about me, which I started to realize that sounds very vague and kind of concerning, but you know what I mean. In the end, it just helps me embrace all parts of myself and try new things, you know. Then I took a painting class, which was pretty fun. It was 3 hours a day and 4 times a week. Just going there every day taught me about just being consistent and putting work even though you don't feel like it. So that really taught me just to execute things even though you don't want to. In the end, you'll feel so much better. Thank you to that painting class, and thank you to my professor for teaching me new things and seeing art and creating in a new aspect. One of my favorite paintings I did was the FNAF painting. It was actually just a draft or just a practice painting. I posted it on my Instagram and somehow it got a lot of recognition. Shout out FNAF and shout out painting. Then this year was when I started to write postcards more to my friends and loved ones. So writing on postcards really helped me write more, and it made writing much more fun. I would just write poems on these postcards, letting my family and friends know that I care for them and I love them. Nice physical reminder that you are thinking of them. I really like that I've started writing postcards more, and it helps me just write more. I also do some art on it sometimes. I'll definitely write some more postcards to my loved ones and friends. Next up is some film picks. I've also started to experiment with film more this year. I went on a hiatus for like a few years ago, then I just stopped, and then I went back this year. So that year was pretty cool, a year of film photos. So here's some examples of that. I definitely plan to experiment more with the film next year, or basically this year. Then I also experimented with 8mm film, and 8mm is definitely a learning process. I only use it twice, and I still don't know how to use it. I just got mine off eBay and it still works pretty well. One problem I did was I didn't really research that much into using it. I just went head in. As you can tell, you can see from the footage right now, some of it was out of focus, but the second reel was somewhat more in focus, but I realized there's a black border from the lens cover. So yeah, that was the creative reflection from the preceding year. And now on to 2025 insights and some goals and all that jazz. 2025 goals and insight. So I made my resolution list before the New Year's. I'm gonna share it with you guys, and I hope it gives you ideas in making your new goals for this year. The first one is working out consistently. I feel like working out can teach you a lot about dedication and discipline, so I would definitely want to incorporate more working out throughout the year. Plus get bigger. I'm a little bit too skinny. Bulk season, guys. Bulk season, but it's gonna be all year. Another one is write more letters and postcards. I find joy in writing to people. I definitely want to write more to people that care for me and love me, and it will help remind them that I care for them too. Another goal is to collaborate with more artists. I feel like collaborating can help bring a bigger picture into some projects, and I definitely want to incorporate more collaborative work with other people. Joining ideas together into one thing can be beneficial, and sometimes I feel like I can do things alone, but it's also good to get some help and some advice for other things. Definitely collaborate with more people. If you want to collaborate with anything, let's execute that idea. I'd happily help you out. Another goal is to do more video shoots. I find that doing video shoots is very fun. I actually did some on the first day of this new year, and here's examples of that. I really want to just do more. It helps me realize what I'm doing wrong and what I can be doing better and what I'm doing right. So do more video shoots. Please, Sean, do it, please. Another goal that this paper says is take that photography class in the summer. Maybe film or paint. So I definitely definitely want to take some sort of class that helps focus on the hobbies and skills that I like. Definitely over the summer I will take a class, and if you guys are thinking about taking a class, definitely look into financial aid. Financial aid paid for my classes. I think you would like it, and it'll teach you a lot of things. Another thing that I like to execute more throughout the year is decorate more. I went on a hiatus throughout the whole year of not decorating. Then I realized that I had free will. The last few days I threw the mattress that was stacked on top of this mattress over the railing. Then I started buying more plants and just decorating more, and now it's feeling like home a lot more than it did a week ago. So I definitely want to decorate more, make this place feel like home more. This is my environment, and I feel like the environment that you live in should reflect your mindset and who you are as a person. So I definitely want to incorporate myself into my own environment in little ways. Another goal is to manage my money more efficiently and more smarter. I definitely need some guidance on how to spend my money more smarter, whatever the right word is. I feel like I need to think more before buying something. So definitely into this new year, think before you buy, think before you buy, and think again and again. But if you think this is what you need to do too, go for it. Another goal is to work on those hobbies. There's a lot of free time that we have, and sometimes we just nap, sleep, or just go on our phones and doom scroll. In this new year, I definitely want to invest more time into those hobbies. I feel like investing more time in those hobbies can make me happier, clear up my mind sometimes. And I feel like scrolling through our phones and being too heavily reliant on social media can negatively affect us. I definitely acknowledge that my attention span has decreased because of social media, and I definitely want to lengthen and reclaim at least some of my attention span. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is work on those hobbies and less screen time, less social media. Another goal that I actually had the same goal from last year: nap less, fap less. I feel like napping and sleeping takes a lot of my time, and it makes me more lazy. I feel like some of the time that I take from napping could be invested into something else. But it's so easy to succumb to sleep and succumb to the comforts of your own bed. Sometimes you gotta get out those comfort zones and explore the world, explore whatever, explore yourself, anything that's not sleeping. But it's also good to rest. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be napping, but I'm just trying to say, for me, I'm trying to nap less, because I would nap for hours. And the second part is fap less. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys have that same goals, comment down below, let me know. The last goal I have for you guys is to upload more consistently on YouTube. I feel more accomplished when I upload more stuff on YouTube, and I realize that it makes me really happy, and it reminds me of all the support that I have from other people, because sometimes they just text me like, hey, I watched your video, I hope you're doing well. Plus it makes me happy. One thing about making videos, it actually helps me put those thoughts and words in my brain into actual words throughout my mouth. I feel like creating more videos could be beneficial to myself overall in the long run. But yeah, that's the goals for all of 2025. Comment down below what your guys' goals and resolutions you have for this year. I'd love to hear about them. Now that we finished that last year, I'm proud of you guys, of how far you've become, especially to the people that I know more personally and more intimately. I'm proud of you guys, and I would like to thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys give me, and all the little reminders throughout my life that you guys care for me. And I just want to let you know that I care for you guys, and I love you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. And if you're watching this till the end, also, I appreciate you guys. To all the subscribers out there and all the loved ones and family out there, I love you guys. And yeah, we've come so far. Take that moment, breathe it in, breathe in that love, breathe in that growth that you've done. We did a lot that year. A lot of ups and downs and all arounds, and just, it was a roller coaster for sure, but we made it out that year. I'm proud of you. I feel like I said that a lot, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm proud of you guys, you know? So yeah, that is the 2024 reflection existence update. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Have a good night, day, or evening, whatever time you guys are watching this, and goodbye.